Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
Hit it, Frank! What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Broad Motherfucking Topics. I'm your host, Kim Congdon, here with my co-host,
Alex Scarlato. Hi, everybody. We're here today with the most specialist guest.
We're so excited to have this guy. We've been wanting him on our podcast forever.
Thanks for adding in on your podcast. Who was the last most specialist guest?
Maybe, it was a while back.
Maybe
Is Wild back a
Soder.
rapper? Oh,
Soder.
okay.
Soder.
Soder.
No,
Why'd you
you've
say
been-
a rapper?
You're wanted.
No,
You're
Wild back sounds like a rapper.
Oh.
I'm not familiar with his work.
Yeah. No, you hear his voice. It's Ari Shaffir, everybody.
Nice. Well, you give me something to strive for, to outview Dan Soder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's a few.
You could outview Mark Norman for us.
Ooh.
He's got a lot.
Well,
Why'd you say, oh, fuck? It's not possible?
He's bigger than me. It's gonna be hard.
No, it's. I guess we have to make it a competition. It's it's subscriber November.
you know what, Ari? We'll owe you one
You get a
if
tote
you
bag.
outnumber him.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was
Something
his
we could-
numbers?
What do you think? Like 45 or something? He did pretty big numbers.
That's sad, right, for you?
for us.
I'll have to push hard for that. It's not sad. It's like what I do sometimes on the podcast.
Okay, good.
When Ari buzzed in, we thought for a minute that we made a mistake. He sounded
What?
so
He
fucking
buzzed in.
sad.
Okay, so when you're coming to Gas Digital, you have to push an alarm, and then someone from inside Gas goes, "Who is it?" And then you say your name, and it says it on speaker in front of everyone, and then they buzz you in. And
Ari
when
sounded like
did
he was
that-
crying.
Yeah, we were like right before we're so excited to have him. He's the best. And then we're like, and I know it's a lot because we're a smaller podcast. And then we go, who is it? And he goes, Ari. We're like, no.
I was just waiting. And I was like, sorry, come on. I should have the key by now.
I was like, hurry up, get him a coffee.
How's my hair? Is it all
It's
right?
good. Are you ready for your big day tomorrow?
Ow. What's the big day?
Isn't it your
Are
holiday?
you Jewish enough to celebrate?
Oh, Yom Kippur.
Yeah, I thought it was on my birthday every year.
Well, it's lunar calendar versus solar calendar, so it shifts up.
That's
Okay.
Like, yeah, like the way
Shifts.
Easter is not always on the same day.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Easter's
okay.
always on the same day.
Is it?
It's always on Sunday.
It's always on Sunday.
Easter's Sunday.
But
A
Easter
different
Sunday
Sunday.
shifts around.
Passover and Easter. Passover. The Passover Seder was the Easter last meal, and then those don't always line up anymore.
Interesting.
So what is Yom Kippur?
It's not a celebration holiday. It's a day of atonement. You got to pray for forgiveness for your sins.
Oh, it's
Sad
sad.
holiday.
It's a sad one. You're actually not supposed to say Happy Yom Kippur. Oh no!
I've been fucking up today,
Yeah.
dude.
Whoa, have I told every Jewish person I saw
Yeah.
today to have the best Yom they've had in years?
Kim, you should be like, I don't forgive you for what you've done. And that means it's like going in the books.
No.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll be like, do you forgive me for everything I've ever done to you? And they're like, yes. Do you forgive me for everything I've ever done to you? Yes. And then it's like, sweet. But you're like, no.
If you say
Always-
no, they're just punish themselves.
I always thought
Wow.
the Jews were like chiller with the guilt than Catholics were. Like I thought the Catholics tried to guilt you into things
No,
more, but
the
we don't
Jews
even
seem-
have a sad holiday.
I've never seen guiltier looking people.
Oh yeah, we've done stuff. It's probably our fault. It's not us. God. It's just God judging us, not each other.
Okay.
Yeah. I
But-
mean, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
So you just sit. You're
fat
so
to
you're like,
fast, you can't
you're like,
eat.
I did bad
to
things
punish
in my
yourself.
life.
Punish
You do-
yourself.
once a year. You punish yourself.
No, there's lots of fasts, but this one's a big one.
There's multiple
Yeah,
days.
I think it's like 15 fasts.
There's 15 punishment days.
Yeah, some of them are just like from like morning till night, but this one's from night till night.
Is it also like we don't drive and we don't use electricity and we just fully punish ourselves?
Oh, there's more too. No celebrations.
Are you gonna be soaking with your girlfriend?
Yeah, soaking, just like sticking it in. Soaking is my favorite fucking term.
If you need us to come bounce on the bed for you,
Dude,
we're
that's
good
what we'll do
Catholics.
for you
We
being
can
a
come
guest.
That's a
over.
loophole. So
yeah.
if you're soaking and then if they bounce, like it's not my fault.
yeah.
That's what they do. That's what it is.
Yeah.
They have someone underneath the bed usually.
Really?
They do it in bunk
Well,
Well,
Like,
beds.
because
stop,
they're
stop.
like college students in dorms, so they have bunk beds.
Yeah.
So the roommate will be under there bouncing the bed from the bottom.
In Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Wow. University of Utah.
If you need us to soak you, we really appreciate you being here today. So we'll soak away. We
Okay.
won't soak. We'll push with our legs.
Yeah, we'll push your soak.
That's not bad. I tried masturbating girl way once. You take
What
the
was
shower
that?
head. You know the shower head. You take it down.
Can I tell you
did
that's
that on
the
my
best
dick.
thing in the world?
No, it's not.
Oh, difference of opinion.
Interesting.
I feel it like tickles me like a child.
no, because you're from LA where the water pressure fucking blows.
Oh, interesting.
New York,
Yeah,
that's
the hard
fucking-
water.
it's
You get the
dope.
hard water.
Yeah, your clit's calloused.
It's wonderful.
Oh man, no. I mean, I've heard the shower head. It didn't work for you.
It did work for me. You just put your dick like up and on your stomach, so like up, and then you just rub it up and down, up and down, up and down until you fucking blow a load in your
worked?
chest and wipe it right off.
What, with the same water?
With the same water.
That
You
does
girl
sound
came with a
nice.
shower head.
I did go come.
That sounds awesome. I'm proud of you, dude.
Girl coming with a shower. That's
Clip,
your
clip that.
episode.
That's gonna beat
That's your
Norman's.
episode.
That's gonna beat Norman any day.
Ari
He
Shaffir.
girl came in his own shower.
You can't do that in New York. There's no room to actually get out. You have to like be able to lie down. There's no
Whoa.
space. All the showers here are like feet up showers.
Was it good enough that you ever went back for seconds on the shower cum? Or was it a one-time
No,
thing?
I've done it a few times.
Yeah, because I was going to say, it's like
Yeah.
telltale.
You think once a guy figures out how to come one
doesn't
way,
just
he's
give
that's
up.
his one. He ghosts his own
I mean, I already knew how to
masturbation.
come, but it's a new way. No, I don't do it a lot though. It was just like for a lark. It was fun. It's like fucking a fat chick. It's like, this will be cool.
It's like a good fun like side hobby for a day. It's like picking up a hobby but grosser.
I would imagine it being better than fucking a fat chick. It's one form of masturbation that's better.
You're wrong.
No.
He's like, you've never fucked up.
I used to say that when I was a virgin. I'd be like, masturbation's the same as sex, you guys. And all my friends were like, you're an idiot.
Yeah, it's definitely
I'm like,
different.
an orgasm's an orgasm.
Guys would rather fuck a girl that they're barely attracted to than just masturbate. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Because I would usually rather masturbate than have sex.
Guys
With
would
any-
rather
well, I mean,
fuck a
with
girl
fucking-
that they're
especially
barely
Harrington.
attracted to than masturbate.
Yeah.
Yes, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Especially if it's like, no, I'm not interested. And then they like touch your arm. And you're like, fucking fine.
That's so crazy because that would just not do it for me.
No.
Everything
As soon as
does it
I'm
for
not
us.
interested happens, it's done. For the most part. Very rarely. Sometimes you're like, I'm not interested, and then when they change your mind, that's some crazy shit.
For sure.
That's some mind fuck
They
shit.
change your mind?
Yeah, I've had
Good
that
game.
happen before. I've had a guy be mean to me for like 2 years,
That's how
and then
it finally
asked me
works.
out on a date, and it was like shocked me. And then I was
Didn't
like,
shock
I
you. It was
guess.
the whole time he was working on you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
You want
I'm an
someone to put you
idiot.
down.
They've been doing the same thing since I started dating, and every time I'm like, don't see it coming.
Negging.
It's the best.
Yeah, keep these neggers out of my neighborhood.
yeah, exactly.
We can't have them. They're-
Kim loves a nigger.
I do.
For
I
sure.
do. Yeah. I'll take a good neg.
yeah, well, you know what? Neggers do fuck harder, but like, but it doesn't leave you in a good place mentally, and your family says don't date them.
Oh, I can't keep this bit going.
It's already
Just
pretty
for-
borderline.
it's
You have to
pretty
speak
bad.
real clearly for that.
It's pretty bad.
Who would have thought of the two of you? Fucking Alex got pregnant first.
That's crazy.
It's nuts.
It's shocking.
It's shocking.
Especially considering both of us were off birth control for most of our lives.
I'm,
Wow.
I'm about to get on birth control in 2 days for the first time.
The word of warning. That's
When-
what you're doing. Word of warning, Scarlato.
When I got pregnant, that's what they call me. That's what everyone calls me these days. When I got pregnant, Kim was one of the first people I thought of thinking, I wonder how she's gone this long in her life without getting pregnant. It's crazy.
There's a lot of drugs. You probably were pregnant and just like outed it. Remember Katie?
Maybe a flushed
Yeah.
one.
The store?
Yeah.
Not the waitress, the other one?
Yeah,
Are you about to out somebody's miscarriage?
No, she said she got
Let
pregnant.
'em.
She said she got pregnant, didn't know what to do, went up to Ojai, did a bunch of acid, and came back not pregnant.
Oh, nice.
Acid abortions. They're still legal in almost every state. Actually, they're
Interesting.
still illegal, but not as illegal.
yeah, they're not
They're
as
pretty illegal, actually.
the most chill abortion ever.
I guess acid abortions are illegal in every state.
Yeah.
An acid abortion is the funniest way to have an abortion.
It
You
really
laugh
is.
the whole time.
The whole time.
You laugh the baby out of you
Uh-huh.
and cry at a waterfall.
Yeah, and then probably you can see stuff in the afterbirth that came out. You're like, whoa.
I also feel like it's like the baby's last moments are fucking trill as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
They're just
It's kind
dope.
of an
dope
huma-
last
It's a
moments.
humane way to abort.
If I could be like put to death by acid, I would like that. If they were had to euthanize me
Death
somehow,
by acid, yeah.
yeah.
If you had to be put to death by any drug, it would be acid.
Heroin. I want to
well, heroin will work for sure.
yeah, you want to try it.
But do you think it'll feel good to take too much of it?
No, you just do it. You just keep doing it until you're like dead.
I want death by DMT.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Wow, that sounds intense, dude.
Too much DMT, just
And then you're just like,
then you kind of just stay there forever.
how about
somehow.
weed?
Yeah, no, you literally just go to heaven and then chill there forever.
So high. Yeah, no, I'm good on that. I'm good.
Nice
Thank
shirt,
you
by
so
the way.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was wearing this last
I
Skink
wore
Fest.
this for you.
Really?
Yeah, I wore this in honor of you, my mushroom shirt. I was thinking about how I feel about becoming a mom and still wearing all of my drug shirts because it's most of my wardrobe is drug
It's interesting. You have to be a mom now.
Yeah, I have to be a mom and also maintain, my.
Like, are you gonna wear this out in public when you have a baby with you?
I think I will. It's.
You don't think that's okay?
No, it is. It's just I'm feeling the note shaking my head is like I'm worried for you. It sounds like such a lame, awful life.
Having a baby?
Yeah.
Really?
You don't want kids.
No, I had a vasectomy.
Wow. You for sure didn't want kids.
For sure. I paid a lot of money to make sure.
You were in
That's-
pain to not have kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. That's very you because it doesn't seem you didn't have a phone and didn't want to be verified on Twitter. Like you're like
I was like a lot of
It
A person who will leave everything behind and go to another country for 3 months, like,
You
can't
don't-
have a baby.
you
Yeah,
don't
maybe,
actually
yeah.
like you genuinely like for me a big part of comedy is like not getting attention as a kid and wanting attention for sure, and I know that, and it's like very ego I love it, but a big part of it is my ego. I feel like you just love comedy without all of that.
Yeah, I love
so
comedy.
I feel
I hate
like
the attention.
you don't have the ego of I want a child because I want to try to raise someone better than I was raised.
so dumb.
And that's part of my thing. I know it's dumb, but you kind of want to like give yourself a second chance through someone else. It's fucked up. But did you have good parents growing up?
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
fine. Yeah. I think a lot of people that had great parents shouldn't have kids.
Interesting. I
had
had
a great
parents.
childhood.
I had a great childhood, and I feel like I want to share that with somebody else now. Like all of my being upset as an adult has to do with like me not being as happy as I was as a child, not because I was so perfectly taken care of. And I would love to give another kid that
She
kind of
has
thing.
Care Bears on her bed right now. She's still fine. She's in a mushroom psychedelic fit.
nuts.
She's like, I
It's
just
fucking nuts.
never got to chance. I grew up too fast. It's like, what?
Dude,
You always wanted kids?
I always wanted kids. I'm an only child. When I was young, I thought I wanted like a huge family. And now that I'm actually pregnant, I'm like, I could be really happy with just one because it does seem like it's going to be a massive effort.
You'll say that until everyone stops giving you attention about a year in, and then like no one really cares anymore, and then you'll be like, I want that attention again, and then you'll have another one.
You think so? You
That's
think
why they're always 2 years apart.
I'm in Kim's boat of like that need for attention
But
Yeah.
in a
to a
mom
certain
way.
degree.
Yeah, Kim wouldn't want kids if her name was Kim Congdon. But Kim
What do you
Congdon-
mean?
If you were Jewish and had a good fucking upbringing.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want kids. Yeah, if I was like fine, I wouldn't want it. But now I'm like, I'll prove them all wrong. Watch, and I don't know why.
I'd be an absentee father.
You would?
I'd
You'd
just run
dip.
away.
You'd
I'd
leave.
dip. I'm like, I'm not
You'd
even
send
connected
money.
to it. What?
No, he
You'd
wouldn't.
send money? No?
I'd what?
I believe that you would send money.
No, I try to not.
Interesting.
You
I
know,
think really highly of you, honestly. It's
Yeah,
fucked up.
I try to
Wrong.
like. I have to compartmentalize. So compartmentalize it all. Like, oh yeah, I guess I do have a kid.
yeah.
like, no.
You know who did that? Owen Wilson.
Sent money.
No, Owen Wilson had a love child. He has his own this is fucked up. He has his own 2 children, but he had a love child with someone else.
Yeah.
And the lady had a baby girl, and he literally paid this lady to never for neither of them to contact them ever again.
It was a one-time
A
alimony.
one-time thing, but he has a child from it, and he's raising his own family, like very active in
And
their
he's
life.
like, here's $100,000. You have to go away.
Yeah,
or
to
a
the
million
kid.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, paid the kid.
The kid and the mom. And I never want to see either of you again. Here's this much money.
Well, I kind of get it if it's
Get
your
it.
second family. It's like enough to
But
deal with one.
still.
But yeah, the
Oh.
idea that like once you have a kid, it's all be different. You feel nothing but love for them, and it's like that's not proven true by stories like that.
Yes. That's my
Interesting.
head. I'm like, is it fake on the father's end or is it fake on both people's end? Because people are saying it's unconditional. I'm like, is it?
Is it though?
Is it? If someone held a gun to a mother and a baby, would she choose herself?
Probably, Kim. Most, I think. Because
No.
then you do have to
Do you think
go-
most?
Most would choose like kill me, let the kid go.
Yeah, most would choose themselves.
I think mothers maybe.
Yeah.
Fathers. I'd be like,
Fathers would
I'd be
be-
like,
the
well,
kid would be
hold on,
screwed.
give me more options. It's me and the kid. How about we trade 2 or 3 for one? Yeah. I know some people.
You have to negotiate.
Yeah.
What if we kill my wife instead?
Yeah.
The wife's like, wait, no, hold on. I had nothing to do with this.
Shut up, bitch. You're making this worse.
I love the.
Now your mom's dead too.
You've seen this. I don't know where I saw the sketch, but the guy that breaks into the house and the mother has 2 children, and he's like,
Sophie's Choice thing, like.
pick one. He has a gun. He's like, pick one. I'm gonna kill one. She's like, I can't. It's like dramatic. He's like, pick one now, and he loads the gun, and she goes, oh, him, and then he just goes, goodbye, and just like leaves, and the family's like sitting there.
Having
Solid.
to deal with it.
Yeah,
That's pretty solid.
Yeah. I feel like I'd just choose the cuter kid.
I feel
My
like
favorite,
I
the
hate to
sweeter
say
one?
this. If I have a boy and a girl,
The girl.
boys out every time. I choose the girl.
Boys out every time. Wow. Girls, isn't the girl gonna have a worse life though?
I just feel like I would identify more with the girl. I would see more of myself in her.
That's transphobic, but
I don't know
okay.
what to say.
Are you calling her trans?
Yeah.
All right, you guys, let's take a quick second and talk about one of my favorite companies out there. You guys know them, you love them. It's rockauto.com. I'm going to tell you a little bit about rockauto.com, the online store with every auto part at the best possible prices. This is your one-stop shop for everything auto parts. Rock Auto has been in business for over 20 years, and they make it easy to find the parts you need at the best possible prices. So no more talking to counter guys who need to order your parts, aren't really sure what you're looking for, never have quite what you need, and then after all the hassle will still charge you storefront markups. At rockauto.com, you don't have to worry if you're like a girl who doesn't know anything about auto parts and thinks that she's going to get ripped off, because rockauto.com doesn't know the difference as to whether you know everything about auto parts or nothing at all. How cool is that? There you could easily find everything you need, whether you're a mechanic, an auto shop, somebody working on your own car, or a girl who knows nothing at all. Everyone has access to the same incredible pricing at rockauto.com. So if you're a car guy or girl right now, go to rockauto.com and check out all the parts available for your car. This is in the copy, I swear to God. It's the only reason I say it every week. You're going to have so much fun looking at car parts, which may or may not be true, but hey, they're there, they're cheap, affordable. It's great. So one more time, that's rockauto.com. There's no promo code needed as their pricing is already that good. But when you order, just let them know that you heard about them on Broad Topix podcast. They're probably going to be like, what's that? Anyways, rockauto.com. Let's get back into the show.
Okay. All right. So how many more Jewish holidays do you have to hit yourself for?
I'm not part of it.
Why don't you do it? You're very Jewish.
Yeah, but I'm out. I did it all and then I'm out. I covered it. I handled it.
You've been Jewish enough for long enough.
Yeah, I feel like I'm ahead.
You did more than you needed to. You went ahead with the homework.
God said,
Yeah,
everybody
exactly.
punish yourselves except Ari. He's clear.
So you're the Jew of all Jews, you're saying.
My fucking arm's up.
What's going on with
You
your
been
arms?
working out?
You know what? I
Yeah.
gotta bring this up. The last time Sunday when you didn't come on our podcast,
Oh yeah.
you gave us the gayest reason.
What? Oh yeah. No, don't go into that. But I did. I wasn't in my mind. I wasn't finalized. I've just been hit with a shitload of texts, and it was like,
Listen.
I mean to get back to Harrington, and I just didn't. But it was
I
like,
felt the vibes of a Sunday before.
I was like Friday. I was like
understand.
Friday could work, but he read it as like Friday could work or Sunday could work. But I'm like Sunday could work, but Tuesday's gonna be better.
Right? It was an inflection.
Yeah, and then he was just, but it would have to be early, and then he goes, "Are you coming?" I'm like, "No,
No, obviously not,
no,
dude.
that wasn't done."
Fucking idiot, I'm not.
It's Sunday. It's the Lord's Day.
I'm really
Somehow
Jewish.
you're not Jewish anymore.
Yeah. He's like, I have to practice my
I
Jew
have, I have
thing.
friends over. I was like, I'm not leaving for this.
So, what's the most embarrassing thing you did as a young comic?
As
Are
a
there-
comic?
As a young comic, do you think? Are there like things where you think about, because like I have a few things that I hate that me and Sarah did an embarrassing thing one time where we tried to pitch our trailer to Judd Apatow like 10 years ago outside the Improv.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
That one's bad, right? And we brought him his own headphones and chair, so he had no reason to say no.
Oh.
You sat him down outside.
Yeah, we had to do a whole apology podcast for an hour, like really going into like how we should have never done that.
Yeah. Did you talk to him about it?
No, he probably is like, these bitches are still trying to contact me. It's
Yeah.
been 10 years.
You should do another podcast with him. It'll be an hour too long.
Yeah, it's way too long.
Let me think. What's
Like,
the-
were you ever like, just like trying, like,
I was pretty.
you were always chill and pranking people?
No, I mean I've done shit.
I feel like there's something about how like
had a bad
your
breakup with somebody.
attitude
I
of not
forget, man.
caring
Yeah.
helps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just so beaten down by the store that it's like everything bad happens. You're just like whatever.
You don't
And also
care.
like you didn't try because you're like I'm an outsider. You weren't at the store back then. It was like a bunch of losers. So like the idea that like I can do something is like no you can't. You're at the store. No,
Oof.
none of you are doing anything.
It wasn't cool.
It was not cool. It was
Really?
cool for us because we were like we're outsiders. We took some pride in it. But no, nobody was at the shows. No industry would ever come. My agent came because he was like, because he grew up in California. He was like, I thought the comedy store was cool. And like, you're because your dad told you it was cool.
Yeah,
From
because
the
it was
fucking
cool when he
70s
was
and 80s.
here.
Yeah, exactly.
When it was Ciro's or whatever it's called.
And then he just found a bunch of, it's like, nobody's representing any of these people. It's like Diaz, me. Brendan Zisi was in year 2 of the league and couldn't find a
Whoa.
fucking PA agent.
What year was this?
1978, 79. Beat you to it. It was like 2003, 4, 5, 6,
Okay. That
7,
makes sense.
8.
I
Yeah.
got there 2010 or 11.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it was just like
it
loose.
just, and everybody was saying it was just getting different when I got there.
I think that's right about when I moved here. Was Tommy still there?
That's when I got there, Tommy was there for like a year and a half, and then Adam took over.
Yeah, that's when it shifted hard.
Yeah. That was crazy because then like the store was like fun. Like it was fun when I got there. But when Adam took over, then it was like they had the Turn Up Tuesdays. Remember Crack 'em Up Tuesdays? Rogan was back. And it was just like, it was a party like every night of the week.
I didn't like it nearly as much as the early days.
It was more fun before.
I thought it was way lamer. Yeah, we'd be like fucking in the back. There'd be moments where every room somebody's fucking. Like the back of the main room.
It still smells in there.
Up there. Yeah. Dean's girlfriend was always fucking somebody like up on the top and the bird's
His
nest.
parents still come around.
Oh, they were there all the time. Everybody just losers.
They were fucking.
Dean's 15s, the Dean 15. It was just the biggest losers they'd have around. And then like yeah, and then we had a casino night. We just brought out felt and put it on a table, and the bartenders were there, and the manager's like, "Guys, we need drinks," and they're like, 2 more hands. It was just like we did whatever the fuck we wanted. Mitzi had just left, so there was no like who should
rules.
run this.
It was a summer camp with no counselors.
Yeah, it was just great.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah, and now it's like people taking pictures.
But the spots weren't as good.
No, they were way better if you're like actually working on your act.
I see.
You can't actually do any new material when you're in between like Fitzsimmons and Rogan.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was over there and I was like, I can't believe I was seeing Argus Hamilton again recently. And I was like, hasn't he been here since like literally since like the store first got built? I don't understand. How old is he?
How old is he?
He's got to be in his late 80s.
He hasn't really.
Shit.
I don't feel like he hasn't aged.
He doesn't look older.
Yeah.
He's a ghost.
I've known
think
him
he's
for 20-something years.
He looks. Last time I saw him, his skin looked tighter. I don't know if he's getting Botox.
Tighter.
His skin looked, or he's dying. You know when you die and like everything gets a little. His skin looked tighter, and he remembered me, like my name and everything
Interesting.
from like years ago.
Interesting.
Argus wants to fuck.
I mean, the guy fucks.
Does he?
Yeah.
Have you seen him fuck?
I've not seen him fuck. But that's another thing we used to do. We used to go try to look at people fucking.
From the belly room back.
Anywhere. If we saw a celebrity go to the back with like a girl, she's like, oh, let me give you a tour of the Comedy Store. It was just
tour,
like
I've
code.
heard. Listen, I was given a tour and then I turned around and gave a tour. The student became the teacher.
My first tour, I was like, gave a tour, and then it was like, so what's, and she's like, what? This isn't a tour at all. And she just like left. I'm like,
You're like, it's supposed to work.
You're obligated contractually.
You came to the show. You fuck me.
Yeah. But whenever we see people go back to it, like, I bet they're fucking. And one time, me and Taylor and one of the bartenders and like, I think 2 other people were like, let's go see them.
There's like overlooks where you could go and watch.
There's so many weird overlooks.
Well, it's like there's overlooks.
Like made to
there's
spy
that.
on people
So that's
fucking.
that's what we did first. We went up to the Ciro's like balcony thing first to look in. We're like, okay, they're not in the main room.
Okay.
Right. So now
Ari knows
they're
his angles of that place.
they're either in the girls' bathroom over there.
Yes.
Or they're in the cover booth area.
Okay.
Or they're behind in the main room green room, or they're in the bird's nest, where the cover booth is, where the sound booth is.
Right.
So we looked up for the Sears. They're not in the main room, so that means we have easy access to go into the main area. So we're looking. Nothing.
You're like horny super spies.
We just wanted to see it. We thought it was so cool. You're fucking some chick you met right
no,
now.
it is awesome.
Sure, but then when you get there, what's the energy while everyone's watching? How
they're all
long
just
do you
horny
watch for?
hard together.
So if you're in one of the stalls of the girls' bathroom, you can go in the stall nearby and slowly peer over. But you have to
Wow.
be very careful not to be seen.
Sure. And then you just hang out till they're done? Or
No, you just kind of look for a little bit.
Okay.
of
Giggle
interest.
and then run away.
Yeah.
You're like,
So-
crazy. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
You're
So
like, this is a movie.
yeah. I'll say this because he won't mind. He won't mind at all. He was in the main room, right?
Okay.
He was in the main room, and we were like, okay, in the main room green room, like, how do we get in there though? We narrowed it down, everything. He's in there, and we're like, We can sort of hear. It was like, how
Main
we
room,
want
green room is popular for fucking. I've heard.
Yeah,
That was
and
a
you
big
get
one.
2 areas too.
That's also that seems like the hottest place in.
That's where you want to get fucked.
All those
I think.
mirrors, the mirrors in that back green room, that would do it.
Yeah.
Would
that
do
sounds
it.
like the best
I
spot.
have fucked back there.
Yeah.
Not a new person, but someone. But like, so we're like, how do we get in? And so David came up with the idea. It's like, why don't we just barge in and act like we didn't know it was there? You know, just like you're just running into the door. So instead of like slowly creaking it open,
You Kramered
like,
in there?
Yeah, but like I know you're spying on me.
You scared them?
So we just went right in, and he just opens the door and he goes, "Oh my god!" And then like I'm so sorry, and
Oh
walked
my
back
god! A
out.
flash went off.
And then afterwards, we're in the lot, and David's like, "Hey, sorry about that, man." And he goes, "No, you meant to." And he goes, "No, I didn't." He goes, "You did. You meant to. It's okay though. She's pretty hot though, right?" Like, yeah, she's pretty hot.
Yeah, it's hard to act your shock.
Yeah, that's how you know comedians are bad actors.
Oh, no sexuals in here?
Sexuals. They were hard already when they barged in.
Oh, we had so much
man.
fun.
I had fun when I first got there. When I first got there, there was no cameras,
No cameras.
and that was fun.
I found out about
The
that.
whole
hard
world
way.
was probably more fun.
You
before
found out the hard
cameras.
way.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Chris Black manager was like, it was that Katie. He was like, "Katie, huh?" I was like, "Katie, huh? What?" And he goes, "Fucking." And I'm like, "No," because I'm old school. You just don't say that.
Yeah.
And
The good
and he
old
goes,
days.
"Yes." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Is the cameras?" I'm like, "Not in the belly room." And he goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "The lights were off." It's like, "Nah, we have the whatever."
Heat sensing
Uh-huh.
cameras, like fucking.
And I'm like, "No," and they're just watching me fuck her on loop, just like watching it, and then as we're fucking on the where the wave used to sit,
Not where the wave. That's why it's wet over there. Okay.
and as we're fucking, I think she's riding me backwards or something like that from where the judges sit, just from the shadows, you couldn't really see. Just slowly appeared Robert William Abrevaya, just like
No.
and then just like
He is the true ghost of the Comedy Store.
yeah, and then we just pipe back out. Oh yeah, it was
That's
wild.
scary. Can I tell you so this guy Robert William
Abrevaya.
Abrevaya, he was a comic?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I don't know if he was always crazy and then comics or comic first then crazy.
Same thing.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
Full
all
schizophrenia.
Yeah, full schizophrenia. He's crazy looking. He wears this green suit, and it's like not like garden green. It's like a mint green almost.
It
like
is
a
now.
neon-
It used to be a darker green. It used to be
That's
more
how
olive.
long he's been
yeah,
wearing
he
it?
got a new one. No, he got a new one. I don't know how he got a
He
second
couldn't
green.
find the same one. That was probably upsetting. That was
It
a
was.
bad day for him.
Is my dog out there?
I'm sure she's fine.
No, she
They're taking care of her.
Justin
Justin's
Silver's
here.
out there jacking her
Oh,
off.
Justin says fine.
So he wears it. So the first time I hung out at the Comedy Store late night,
Bags, like plastic shopping bags, in his, as a scarf.
he does.
Yeah, a bunch of plastic
I've
shopping
never
bags.
Sounds
seen
like a
that.
hazard.
Yeah, but it wasn't so that for warmth. It was to keep like electromagnetic waves off him. Like he was.
He's Sam Tripoli
It
in
also
10
sounds
years.
So sweaty, dude.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there she is.
Okay.
Okay. He's so excited.
been
He
about
said I've
it.
been doing a good job training her.
But the first time I hung out really late night at the store, it was like in the green room when there was like a piano. Remember when there's a piano on the stage? They used to keep it in the main room.
Yeah.
Are they?
Thank you.
It's about time we got
Yeah,
Ari his
I can't
damn
actually
coffee.
believe this
I
is the
guess
time
it's
you just got the
shocking.
coffee.
The guy literally, I was like, actually, don't worry. But he goes, it'll take me literally 1 second. I made a mental note of it because the literally was odd. And it's been not 1 second. I was like, oh, maybe that means 30 seconds. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
It's a gas digital
It's
1
been
second.
15. It's been 15 minutes. Yeah, it's a Louis Gomez. I'm almost there, which means he's getting in his car in New Jersey.
Yeah. He's flying from another state.
Just wait, hold for me.
Yeah, I came in yesterday to do a real ass podcast. I wasn't even booked. I've had
She
it in my
woke up
calendar.
so
I've
early to get
confirmed.
here
I've
from
texted
Brooklyn.
him. I woke up at like 7 a.m. to make it on time.
It's the best when you show up to a gig or a podcast, something like that, and you just see the look in their face, like.
Oh, I saw it in everyone's faces when they all wouldn't look at me and they were looking at their computer too hard. And I was like, kind of like getting ready, making a coffee.
I was booked.
Yeah. But yeah, the first time I hung out really late in the main room, we were back there and they were telling ghost stories all night. And the ghost stories at the store are fucking scary. Like if you've ever heard some of them, you've heard them. They're
Yeah.
weird. They're
A
scary.
lot of Kinnison stories.
Yeah, really scary
A
shit.
lot of dead baby stories.
Well-
Am
Oh
I
yeah,
crazy?
it used to be a abortatorium.
That's so interesting.
There was one story they said of a girl that
By the way, a really big building for that. I've never been
Yeah.
to such a huge abortion clinic.
No, it was they got numbers.
Well, I thought
They were really whipping them out.
I thought
so
the
to speak.
abortion clinic was next door or something.
don't know.
I don't know what it was. Anyways.
People would get murdered there.
Murders. Sure. There's, I think, the first time I got my tour through the Comedy Store, they told me about there was like a hole above
Who took
Mitzi's
you on
office.
your tour?
I cannot say.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know him.
Nice.
Yeah. There's like a hole above Mitzi's door, and they're like, oh yeah, they used to put the barrel of the gun there and just like shoot the people at the top of the steps. And I'm like, that's insane. This is where we
Wait,
Just
who?
they would
no
put like
fucking
whoever
way.
like there was
No, they
these
point out like
monsters
go
or
kill
what?
that guy.
No, there was like a hole above the door, and they'd said they put the barrel there, and then when the person would knock, if they already knew they were going to kill them, they'd just shoot them in the head right at the
Oh
door.
my gosh.
And
This
then
is
they
They've
would-
when
already
this
prepared
place
that
was
door.
what? Hold on, I'm confused.
The Comedy Store used to be a
Ciro's?
Ciro's used to be where like all the mobsters used to
Okay,
hang out.
that's
Like
what I
Sinatra
was
play
like, this-
there. It was just
Okay.
like the place. I met a lady
That
there when I
makes
was working the
sense.
back door. She was like 85 years old. She came in. She's like, I was here when it was Ciro's. I was like, when was that? She goes, I was 17.
Wow.
Yeah, we snuck in. They let us in because I was cute.
That's kind of
Badass.
cool.
I
It
like
was very
her.
cool. It was very cool. I also did a commercial with a chick who was like super old.
Yeah.
She was like playing this laughing grandma. And she was like, I fucked Bob Hope.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm like,
the
oh, wait.
airport?
I like the way you stay proud of your celebrity fuck for fucking 25 years.
Yeah.
You're an old woman and you're still bragging about it. It makes
Yeah.
sense.
I'll brag about a few till I die.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. But yeah, the first time I thought I saw a ghost there was after a full night of ghost stories. And then I went to the bathroom in the main room, green room, and nobody was in there. All the lights were off in the main room. It's so scary when you're walking through there
very
alone.
dark.
It's very dark. It's a huge empty room full of ghosts.
It's
fully.
also a room that you're used to seeing full and full of
Oh,
laughter.
right.
So when it's completely silent and empty, it's like the energy is so different.
It's like the New York City streets. At
Yes.
3 a.m. sometimes you're like, fuck,
Yeah, yeah.
what the fuck?
It's a horror film.
Yeah.
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 And then I go pee and I come out of the bathroom where there's just one stall and the other stall is a shower.
Oh, yeah. I've used that.
Yeah. And I come out and I'm washing my hands and I see him in the stall in the shower. It's like 3 a.m. I just see green.
He's masturbating with
I've
the
never
shower
seen this man in my
head.
life, and he opens the door and I literally thought it was one of the ghosts they were talking about that night. And that was the first time I ever saw him.
Wow.
He's
Oh,
scary.
really?
Yes. He came out of the bathroom and he listened to me pee the whole time. So he just sneaks in on you fucking, me peeing.
He just appears
He's
in
a
places.
pervert.
Yeah, well, he a little bit, but he also goes away from everybody, bothers them, so he just like finds crevices and stuff, and then like stuff appears.
Does he
for
live
him.
there?
I think they try to kick him out sometimes,
Boone?
but like he tries to stay in.
Remember Boom Shaka
I heard he
Laka?
died.
I heard he died too.
That one really bothered me
That's really sad.
more than like even some people I've known.
Yeah.
Who was this?
Boone Shaka Laka is how would you describe Boone? I'm sure I have a picture of him. I can
He's like an
send so we can pull
early
it up.
like queer homeless.
early, like one of the first to ever do it.
Like in Madonna's time.
Before it was popular.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Before it was cool to be queer homeless.
Right.
Yeah, everybody talks about trans now, but I
Yeah.
remember working as like when I was 16, I worked for a law firm. And this guy, Sky was his name, was a pre-op British trans I guess
Ahead of his
woman on the
time.
inside. Yeah. Working there. And I'm like, in a time like that,
He also had Dogecoin. You're like, man, this guy. he
they're like, we don't even know what the
fucking-
internet is. How are you this far ahead of the game?
Damn.
Boone
Oh, is that
Shakalaka.
Boone Shakalaka? Was he? Whoa.
I did a sketch with him once, and he had to fake blow me. Wow,
Fake.
look at this.
This
He's
is
young
crazy
there.
to see. I've never seen him look this young.
Dude, he would come out when I was hosting the potluck, the open mic.
There he
That's
is.
more.
That's Boone.
And it would be so bad. It was the worst. Any homeless person can sign up, and it was hard. You had to keep getting the energy back. 3 minutes. Oh, they bomb. You have to do something in between to get the crowd going again. And I could always count on Boone. You needed one guy to do well. He'd come out with a bucket on his head, wearing a Tina Turner dress, and he would just dance for
What's
a while.
white and 8 inches? Not a damn
Not a
thing.
damn thing. Mhm. Yeah.
He's the best. The best. And then he would also, you
He
also
hated
got.
Tony Hinchcliffe, so you
hated
guys had that in
Tony.
common.
Hey, I love Tony. Stop. Don't pin us against each other because we're both women. No, I love Tony. He also had the best shit. He had the best shit.
What do you mean?
I don't know where he got
Oh,
it, but he would
his
sell
stuff,
you
his stuff.
laptops, lava lamps, a Chromebook,
Just general
Yeah.
shit.
So
half my wardrobe.
he would just
was
sell
from him.
stuff. Almost always $1.
$1.
Occasionally it would be up to $5. Like an old iPod,
So he
it'd be like
stole
$5.
it.
we don't know for sure.
No,
but
we always said no.
yeah, no, it was pretty sure. Yeah, but he would he would just get stuff. So sometimes he'd be like, "Hey, I got a bunch of Judaica. Would you be interested in that?" And I'm like, and you're looking at all this stuff suddenly came into his like, and I'm like, "Oh, you just robbed a Jewish bookstore."
Right.
Like that's the only way you get all this.
Yeah.
But then he'd be like, "You like books?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, some." And he'd be like, "You want this book?" And it'd be like some guidebook to Paris. And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "What kind of books you like?" I'm like, and I would just like play the game. I was like fiction, modern American literature and such. Having a good time. And then 2 days later, it'd show up with a bunch of Faulkner and Hemingway.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, he was good. He was like the TikTok
He was a
algorithm.
go-getter.
If he knew you liked one thing, like I think I bought just a shirt to be nice one time, and it was like a Michigan by the sea shirt, and then he just started bringing me Michigan shirts.
Michigan, because he's like, she must like
she
that.
loves Michigan. He was a businessman through and through.
Yeah.
And he was gay, and he had crushes on people. He loved comics. There was like a few.
Bilac.
Jason Tebow.
Loved Tebow.
Loved Tebow.
But Tebow was
Edgar,
more of like
Matt Edgar.
Matt Edgar, he had a crush on. And Tony hated.
Tony Click Clack.
Tony Click Clack.
He would talk about Tony Click Clack.
That motherfucker. Oh, don't tell me he's talking about Tony Click Clack.
He would say it to his face, and Tony would be like, "Yeah, Boone." It was like
I found out his real name because we did a sketch. And I was like, dude, it's a Comedy Central like webisode sketch, and they're gonna pay all the actors $100, which to a homeless guy is
1,000.
It's $1 billion.
Yeah.
It's about $1 billion. Yeah, it's Rogan money. He suddenly had Rogan money. And
He's
was
eating
like,
elk.
Yeah. And I was like, but dude, you got to fill out a W-9. He goes, well, what's that mean? I'm like, it's a W-9. It's a form you got to fill out. And we need your license or something. And he goes, well, I'll go get it from my storage unit. So we had a storage unit in like Arcadia or something. And he brought me an expired Xeroxed license on lined paper.
Wow. Just a copy of a
And he was
license.
like, I have a piece of paper, and he just put that in the machine, I guess. And it was Floyd Cornelius. And so one time, I didn't mention it to anybody, and then one time,
Wait, Floyd Cornelius.
Floyd Cornelius the third.
It's a great name, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a better name than Boone.
I mean, it's easier to remember Boone.
Yeah. But I asked him once, and I was like, I remember springing it on. I was like, hey, Floyd. He was like,
Oh.
like, wouldn't do anything. And then I was like, Floyd, why'd you change your name to Boom Shaka Laka? And he just looked at me, and he's like, can I take a bath at your house?
No.
Yeah, he saw an in. He wanted
was
a bath.
like, you knew his name, and now he was like, you owe me something for this
Yeah.
information.
He just saw an in. He's like, you're being nice. Let me get what I need.
I'm sad. I hope he's not dead. People are just think he's dead. I don't think anyone's confirmed.
He hasn't been around.
I know, but maybe he's taking a break. Maybe he was a very sick, homeless gay man who made it through COVID.
Yeah. We had a trial once where allegedly gave another potlucker a cheeseburger.
Okay.
Or that guy gave him a cheeseburger. We didn't know. But we tried to do it through a
That's
trial.
a funny mystery at the store. Who gave who the cheeseburger, okay?
To let Boone blow him.
A cheeseburger for a blowjob.
Yeah, and I think
I'll
Boone
give you a
gave him the cheeseburger.
today for a blowjob tomorrow, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but it was today for a blowjob today.
Fresh burger, fresh blowy.
Yeah, yeah. And then the guy didn't want to admit it because he was like hetero.
Yeah.
He must have tuned into some Boone femininity.
Okay.
He was ahead of his time. And we had a whole trial. I was the other attorney.
Did he blow
prosecuting? Oh, for sure.
In front of you guys?
No, it was before.
No.
So who do you think gave who the burger?
I think Boone gave the guy a burger
That
to
makes
allow
more sense.
Boone the honor of blowing him.
And the guy was just really hungry?
He was a homelessy ding dong show. I think he was too wild for the ding dong show. I think it was one of those where it's like, but even Don's like, I can't control this guy. He's kind of dangerous. He's got to be out of here.
Oh, I see. The Ding Dong Show is. Have you ever heard of that? The Comedy Store's got a lot of things going on.
It's a good holdover from before the ding dong show. From before it got like this what Eleanor calls the credit store now, where it's all just like, it's just the lineups are just too sick. They're $300 shows for $20. It's just like, it's stupid.
Yeah.
But in the holdover days, when Roast Battle started, and then just like, and the homelessy people were there. People should have been failed out a long time ago. She just wasn't around to tell people like, oh, you suck. The Ding Dong Show started, and it was a bunch of like delusional, semi-homeless people that thought they could be stars.
That sounds great.
It was great, and Don is just a great ringmaster.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they loved him.
And
They
they have
wanted his
this kooky
approval
show.
in the way you want God's approval.
Yes.
Wow, I love that concept.
It's kind of gas digital energy, to be honest.
It
It's
is.
very gas digital energy.
Yeah, they should
This
pick
whole
that up.
thing is a
Reminds me
ding dong
of,
show, sweetie.
That
Hit
woman.
them against each
They get
other.
their interns for blowing themselves here.
There
It's
was
like
a-
very ding dong
There was
show.
this woman named Brenda, I think, who we used to have on Legion of Skanks at the Creek, who was
The porn lady.
yeah, but
Dude,
yeah,
this
yeah,
lady
but,
was,
like,
her porns were brutal. She would be bleeding and shit in them.
she was like
Oh, out of what? The
60.
mouth?
No, out of her pussy.
Somebody punch her?
She was definitely mentally ill, and we had so much fun with her on the show. She was awesome.
It's so mean.
The retards. It was the radio retards.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
really do it as much anymore, but they really are. Like, this is a schizophrenic person. Let's
Well,
have
it
some
was
fun
like
with them.
Howard Stern started that, right?
Mhm. We didn't own it. Yo, he started it for sure. That was one of his good
Like,
things.
didn't he have like my allergies are kicking in. Sorry, Beetlejuice or something. What was that guy's
Beetlejuice.
name? Beetlejuice.
He had a lot. Just like
Yeah.
super weirdos. We convinced Patty. What was her name? Does anybody know? Something Patty?
This smoke break is brought to you by YoDelta.com, the official Getting High sponsor of the Gas Digital Network.
Stalker Patty? Something Patty. We just convinced her we had given her a weed breast strip. And it was just a regular breast strip.
Oh, that's fun.
And we
Was
convinced
it
her
long
it was.
before the days a weed breath strip would even be a thing? That
No,
seems
it
like
wa-
something that just existed.
It was a thing, but we were talking about it with Rogan was on there, and then she was like, "I'd like one of those." And we're like, "Well, we gave you one. That was that." And we just gave her a regular breast strip, and she just started like.
She went
flipping
out of her mind. I love
Yeah.
it. Wow.
I think I had my dick out. She's like, "That thing is there."
She's like, I do
I'm like,
have
"What
the
thing?
munchies.
What are you talking about? I need a light snack for sure.
Oh man, yeah, it was really great. Super fun.
It was a great time. Why did she just distract you? It's like she just came, Wine Shank, to like wave at you to distract you away from this podcast.
I know. Why did she do that?
She's
Why did
catty.
she come over?
Girls are catty.
Look at her. And she winked at me.
Yeah.
Very sexual.
You know what's happening out there? Justin is sexually harassing her.
He
to
is.
a certain
She's trying to
Oh,
get away
she's
from
like,
him.
give me some help.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
like-
it's possible.
She's like, you need me to tag team in? You come out here.
Hey, what you said might happen is happening.
What, yeah. He's got her on a leash. It's been crazy. It's so different now. It's very.
It's different. I
very
just
different
don't.
now.
It's fine. It's just not. Duncan asked me once. He was like, "Why are you only getting 12:45 spots?" I was already like,
You're
"Babe,
like,
but I
I'm
was
not
going
famous
back."
on TikTok.
And I was like, "What do you think?" And he goes, "Do you like performing for drunk cowboys?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's what the store was. It was a battle every time."
Yeah.
And now it's just like fucking parade of success, and it's like it's dumb. It's not a workout. I'm there for a workout. I'm there to test my shit, and everyone's like, "We know this guy. We know that guy. We know this one."
Yeah.
When you opened for me and Jay in Las Vegas at Wise Guys, you got a pop. They knew you as a famous pop.
Yeah.
And that's fun for sure, certain moments, but that's not supposed to be a workout. That's a paid $40 ticket.
Yeah.
But like for workouts, you can't have that.
No.
You can't.
It
You have,
can't
no,
be-
you have no
no.
chance of failing.
Because it stops being, even though it's comedy, it stops being like real comedy.
Yeah.
It starts being for like the ego and not the jokes.
Yeah.
It starts becoming like this different thing.
It's lame. And you can't try new jokes. Everyone's watching you, judging you.
Now you can't get a blowjob on stage from a random person in the audience. That was real comedy.
I've done that.
I need a tissue. Can I have a tissue, Mike?
Have you really done that?
Yeah. We had a big dick contest.
Wow.
And me and Madonia, we had to see who had the bigger stick. And Dawn had a porn star on the stage at the time. She was going to have the biggest dunk with her boyfriend or the guy she was on a date with. And father your child. And
Baby daddy making an appearance.
And the boyfriend suddenly was like, it was going to be Madonia versus the boyfriend. And then he suddenly got real about, like, oh, I'm dating a porn. This is all like a real thing. She's naked on stage.
Uh-oh.
At a
It got
comedy
a
club.
bit, when a bit goes too far. It's like when
Uh-huh.
you're in a threesome and then you realize you don't actually want to do it.
It's too late.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the black guy's like, I'm already here. So it's happening.
And he's strong.
Yeah.
He's strong and he's angry.
And the husband's like, I don't know. It's like, well, wait outside then, dear.
Yeah, my dick's hard already. It's way too late.
So he was like, I think I want to be out of here. And then he was like, well, who will fill in for this big dick? And then the whole crowd just turned and looked at me because it's like, that's my vibe. I would always have it out. It was a better time. We'd have this thing called cockings we would do.
That sounds so gay.
Yeah. So what we would do is I'm going to go over to you to show you this. But I would just like.
By the way, that's why he couldn't make it Sunday.
we would just
He was cocking.
we would distract people like you be Ingram, and then you would distract somebody.
Okay.
So like, you pretend you're Ingram, distract her to look over there.
Look, there's not a cock.
No,
Right.
she's Ingram. You're
Okay.
You're the
Oh.
All right. Kimmy, look, something insane,
Wow,
crazy.
what could it be?
No.
What could it be? I fully thought it was going to be his real cock, and I was like, it's wider than I thought.
And it would just, you just put your cock on someone's arm or their skin, and they're like, look, like, what is that? And they're like, ah! And the whole world is destroyed. We didn't do it to women, obviously, because it's like, that was still a little molesty.
Men jump at dicks like girls jump at bugs.
Yeah.
That is fun.
It was so fun.
That
it
is
was
fun.
so fun. And Brody was like, dude, I was molested. You cannot do that to me. And I'm like, for sure, I'm going to be doing that.
For sure. Now it's going in your mouth.
You're about to get molested again.
That's the way I got Brody, actually, is I did it. He wouldn't come near me when that was happening. And so I did a set, and I was bringing him up. Comedy Store, there's no MCs. You just bring it.
Which, when you say this, when it was happening, it's like a period of time?
Oh, it was
months?
about 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 2 years of the cockings. It was great. But also the distraction would be like, what does that billboard say? Like across the street, it'd be that giant billboard. They're like, it says Lifetime? Can you not read 80-foot letters? And you're like, why are you asking that? And then slap.
Oh, not a dick when it's unexpected. And it feels more gummy when you don't know it's coming.
Gummy. It's soft.
It's soft.
Yeah.
It's gummy.
Yeah.
You think it might be a pet at first. Oh,
you're
someone's
like, what is-
hamster.
You're like, what's so warm on me?
Yeah.
Like the temperature trips you up.
yeah.
It took a moment from when they saw it to when they internalized what it was. It's
That's
not
the that's the
That's the
fun
best
part for
moment.
you guys.
That's
the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever drink like lemonade, but you think it's Coca-Cola? You forgot.
yeah.
And it's like, oh, right.
The worst is drinking water when you think it's a drink, and it's like just
the
nothing.
blandest.
Bland.
Oof.
Yeah. So, so to get Brody, I was bringing him up. So before my set, I made sure I saw the lineup. I made sure to get to wear like a really long T-shirt, and I just had my cock out the whole time,
Hilarious.
and then just the shirt was down over it. It was like halfway down my
You were like
thigh.
wearing like a dad T-shirt
Uh-huh,
with just
yeah.
the tip of the cock out.
Well, nothing. But then anytime I did an act on stage, I couldn't lift my arms up too much because I would make the shirt go up.
Yeah,
so I'd
yeah.
have to be like, yay.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in half once. And then I brought up Brody, and he was just like, please welcome Brody Stevens. And I shook his hand and I just brought it in and just touched my dick. And for 14 and a half minutes of his 15 minutes, just screaming about it.
No, he was pissed.
Yeah, that's why he killed himself.
You heard it here. Ari Shaffir made Brody Stevens kill himself.
Hey, fucking
Clip that.
Clip that.
That'll beat Norman.
Clip it. I guided him.
shit.
So anyway, we had cocks out all the time. Wait, what was I talking about?
Cocks out all the time. You were giving tours. You were fucking chicks. You were
Damn, why
rock
did I mention
stars.
the cockings? Oh, okay, right. So that's why everybody looked at me like, let's do the fucking. Ari will do the
dick
big
contest.
dick
Okay, yeah.
So, so I'm
Literal
like,
dick
sure.
measuring contest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, how are we
Oldest
going to
time.
judge to see if Madonia or me has the bigger dick? And they're like, well, they have to get hard. And I was like, I think it was me. I was like, how are we going to get hard? And the porn star was like, I'll do it. And we're like, oh, right. And she's like, how will we
Yeah,
judge
duh,
who's got the
of
bigger
course you'll
dick?
do it.
She goes, I'll judge with my mouth. And we're like, yeah, of course. And I mean, there's like
This lady had
5
great
audience member
ideas.
and 20 comedians screaming, and like it's the wildest
I feel
fucking
like this
show.
was when I was there,
Seems
but I missed
crazy
it.
to get a blowjob in front of all those people. That's
With-
wild.
with
How'd
Tripoli,
you even get hard?
did not.
yeah, that
Oh.
seems like
With I got like a 10% extension. With
Okay.
Tripoli on the God mic from the piano where they introduce people, just doing play by play. And Ari's got his dick out, and it's in the mouth, and now it's back out of the mouth, now it's back in the mouth. So I'm like, I'm laughing. I'm aware of the situation. You'd have to be a real rapist to get hard in that moment.
yeah,
Did-
you gotta
did-
be a fucking pervert,
Madonna
dude.
did
I don't know
not
what to
either.
say.
Okay.
But Tony did not either. I got a little bit, and she was like, okay, got it. Next. And then-
Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a down ass bitch.
She was great.
She was great.
I
That's
was
what
like,
men always say about slutty. That's exactly how you know if you're a really big slut. Men, the way they will describe you is she was great.
She was
great.
great.
Yeah.
Those words.
That's
yeah.
like the sluttiest thing you could say about a woman. She's great.
What's that LCD Sound System songs when all the great ones are gone? When all the something were gone?
I don't know. Is it about whores?
It's about that. Yeah, and God, she was fucking awesome. I asked her when she was like, I'm a porn star. I was like, how many films have you done? She's like, 17. I was like, oh, that's a lot.
What?
And she goes, it's actually not very many.
No.
I was like, I realize now that's like 3 weeks.
No. Oh God. I feel like I hate to say this. I feel like you need Yom Kippur.
I need a good
I know you in the beginning of the pod you said you were ahead.
Yeah.
I think someone might need to turn their phone off and not eat tomorrow.
Somebody's got 14 minutes before they got to start fasting.
Is it tonight? It starts tonight.
It
Yeah.
starts tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's already, well, it's an hour before sunset. It might already be time.
Yeah. It's time. It's also time to end the podcast.
Here's when I realized I was the worst Jew is
I
that
love
Yom
it.
Kippur started and I already had food in my mouth. Like I was already chewing something at the moment of 0.0 seconds.
Hilarious.
Well, guys, we got to wrap it up, but make sure to check out Kim and New Mitzi on their podcast, Broad Topix, every Tuesday, right here on gasdigital.com and their own website, youtube.com.
There it is. You know it. Do you want to? Where can people find you, Ari Shaffir?
I have a podcast called Ari Shaffir's Skeptic Tank. I'll have a special out soon called Jew, where you can hear more about Yom Kippur.
How do you spell that?
JEW. And I'll be at Skankfest, as will you.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
No dosings this year.
You sober at Skankfest?
No
I'm
dosing.
sober at Skankfest.
Hell yeah, lady.
Hell
That's
yeah.
us. That's us. It's gonna be so lame.
It'll be fun.
In what way? Tell me in what way.
We'll have a good time. Our hearts will be filled with the joy of being around people who we like.
We'll get some breakfasts.
We will get food. We'll eat.
You could just secretly get fucked up and say you're sober all October.
Yeah. I honestly thought of doing that, but then I decided to actually. It's like
To do
lame.
it.
My competitive nature is like, you can't cheat. The first time we were supposed to do running.
Yeah.
And see how much like cardio we could do. I fully
Lied.
worked it out with Michelle Wolf. I was like, "Well, you run 10 miles a day? Will you just do it?" She goes, 1,000% I'll do it. And then right beforehand, I was like, "No, I should do this myself."
I feel that way sometimes. We're like, you should just cheat, and you're like, no, I can't.
I know.
I can't.
It's
I'm
too
not really.
easy to
I'm not
cheat.
naturally a cheater. It doesn't feel good. I like the competition. I agree. All right, Alex, where can people find you?
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at I am Alex Scar. And if you like this show, use the promo code TOPIX, TOPIX, at gasdigitalnetwork.com. Or use promo code Ari. It'll get you a longer trial.
Yeah, you get a longer
honestly.
trial, and it's 25 cents off or an extra 2 days.
Whoa!
Go do that. However you're going to subscribe, just go subscribe. You get every episode of every show on the network, plus bonus content, live chat, and more. It's totally worth it.
Will your baby shower be on there, or your fucking birth?
Her registry's
Can we see a
I'm
video of your fucking
I'm gonna put my
gaping
registry
pussy
out
as
there
a-
for everybody.
Really?
I
Yeah,
told
for
her
sure.
she should do a live podcast of our podcast for her birth.
She thinks I should birth in front of a camera. I don't feel like I want anybody looking at me in the most vulnerable moment of my life. But
Can I
that's
tell you,
just
and maybe
me.
Harrington should get involved with this here. There's a few cool ways to fuck. You know, if you have just the quiet like this, it's like, that's not baller sex. That's just sex. And then if someone's like, stick in my fucking ass, that's a step up.
Right?
The most baller way to fuck is, and Harrington, I hope you're listening, while she's giving birth, you're fucking it back in. To let the kid know who's the boss. And no matter what, she's not just a mom, she's a fucking fuck toy. And you want her to remember that for the rest of her life.
All right.
Thank you
well,
for that,
thank you so
Ari.
much for coming in, Ari. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon.
Fuck it in, Harrington. Fuck it in.
Let's just end the pod there.
It'll come out eventually.
This bitch podcast with Sarah Weinschenk. Make sure you check that out. Really funny. Make sure you subscribe to Broad Topics. Thank you for coming in, Ari. You're the best.
Thanks,
You're
Ari.
welcome. Fuck Mark Norman.
Bye,
Yeah.
guys.
Bye.